Good morning, St. Augustine. Your access to the voices of top local newsmakers starts now. Here's your host, Liz Ryan.
It's nice to have you joining us this morning. Today's show is going to be all about everything you always wanted to know about horses, but were afraid to ask. With me is my very special guest, Allie Smith of the St. Johns County Horse Council. She's a board member and also a founder of Drum Runners. Good morning, Allie.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm terrific. Thank you for joining me today. So tell me about your background with horses. What started your horse fascination? Did you grow up with them?
Yes, I did. I would spend the summers in Pennsylvania with my dad. At the age of 3, my first horse was a white Arabian stallion, and I would ride him in a halter and lead line, bareback, with a bathing suit on, full speed around in the pasture.
Wow.
And then I guess I rode bareback probably for the first 12, 13 years of my life, and then we moved to Parkland, Florida, and I saw a jumping show at Parkland, and I said, "Ooh, Mom, I want to do that." And she said, "Well, the first thing you need to do is put your butt in a saddle." So that's what I started doing, and rode hunt seat for a very long time, and then did a lull due to kids and family, and then started back up in the Western world in Elkton, Florida, and here we are today.
What's the difference between bareback riding and riding with a saddle?
You definitely have more feel of the horse. You're completely in contact with the horse.
What situation would require a saddle as opposed to being able to ride bareback?
If you're showing, you definitely need to. I'm sure they have bareback classes, but shows are either English, Western, dressage, jumping. Most people ride in a saddle, whether it be an English or a Western saddle.
What's your favorite type of horse to ride?
Quarter horse.
Quarter horse.
Yes.
Why?
Why? Most quarter horses, I say most quarter horses are more laid back, not as spooky, not as jumpy. They're easier keepers. They're just an all-around multi-purpose horse. They can do almost anything.
Is Florida a good place for horse lovers?
Well, in Ocala, we are the horse capital of the world.
Of the world?
Yes.
I would think maybe it would be Kentucky.
You would think, but it is not. It's Ocala.
Why?
They just named it that, and World Equestrian Center just touts that all the time.
Tell me about World Equestrian Center.
I've only been there once, but it's kind of like probably Christmas for horse people.
Oh.
It's absolutely magnificent. Everything is just pristine and beautiful and horse-oriented, of course.
The beaches of St. Augustine are great places to ride a horse. Now, a lot of people are unfamiliar with the ins and outs of horseback riding on the beaches here. If you don't know anything about it, what's the first thing to know? Where do you start, Allie?
Definitely contact the St. Johns County Horse Council, and this is where you can be educated on where and when you can ride your horse on the beach, what times. Usually it's 1 to 2 hours prior to low tide and certain times of the year. The best place that I like to ride is Frank Butler Park, which is Crescent Beach. Just has the widest beaches, less population of people. Then you don't have to worry about your horse being scared of kites and bikes and kids running and screaming. There's a lot of common sense that goes along with riding your horse on the beach. Most of the time, horses are a little bit spooky when they see the waves and, you know, the foam of the water. So it takes a little getting used to. That's why you usually go with someone that has been there before and their horse is acclimated to it. And horses are fight or flight. So if they see one horse seeing that it's okay, then they'll be like, oh, okay, that water's not going to, take my hooves off. So they're calm.
And that beach has trailer parking.
Yes, it does. They do take the signs down and put them up. They put them back up November 1st of the year. That's when beach riding does start. And they put the signs up, and there's plenty of room to park your truck and trailer, multiple trucks and trailers. I think I've seen probably 4 or 5 trucks and trailers there. And and nice, easy access onto the beach and off the beach. So,
And you need a permit to ride a horse on the beach?
you do. There's 30 miles of horseback riding on the beach out of the 41.1 miles of our St. Augustine beaches that you can ride on. You can go on the internet. If you go on the St. Johns County Horse Council horseback riding, it will take you directly to the link, and you can sit there at home in the comfort of your home, drinking your coffee, and take the test, which is an easy test for free. And Miss Jade O'Neill will be more than happy to send you your beach permit horseback riding pass in the mail within a week or two.
Okay. How much do permits cost?
Permits are free.
Free?
Free.
Wow, that's cool.
Yes, but the police will, ask you for your permit, so you have to have your permit on you at all times, and you are supposed to have a current Coggins.
What's a Coggins?
Coggins, it's a blood test, is what it is, that you have to get every year.
But I'm afraid of needles.
Well, not you, the horse.
Oh, okay.
Yes, and your vet can do that for you. And it is required by law that if you're on the beach, you have to have a negative Coggins.
Okay, all right. Allie, are the hours you can ride a horse on the beach limited, or is it dictated by the tides?
It is definitely dictated by the tides. Like I said, an hour or two before low tide, because whenever you ride on the beach, you want your footprints and everything to be gone. So, if you're at low tide, then the oncoming high tide will remove your prints and anything else.
Okay. And they keep you off the beach at certain times of the year when it's busy. So beach riding on a horse is only permitted during off season?
Yes, but there are certain areas like Guana that you can ride year round.
Allie, I apologize to anybody who may be eating breakfast right now, but you know what I'm getting to, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
What are the rules regarding horse poop on the beach?
Okay, horse poop on the beach. Required to pick up our horse poop because horses are herbivores, unlike dogs and us humans. So their horse poop is actually food for birds, fish, turtles. So we do not have to remove our poop or pee if, it is on the beach. But in the parking lot and the walkway down to the beach access, we do have to remove our manure.
Mm-hmm. Do people ever give you a hard time on the beach because they see you not picking up your horse poop?
Yes, they do.
And what do you say to them?
We try and be as nice as possible and just go on with our day and just do the best that we can to appease people. But people do come up to us and say, oh, can we take your picture? And, can we sit on your horse? No, you can't sit on the horse, but we'll be more than happy to be in a picture for you, for your family and friends to see that you were on St. Augustine Beach and you saw horses on the beach.
What if somebody says to you, you better pick up your horse poop because I don't want my kid getting into it and getting sick from it?
It's happened. It's definitely happened before. And again, we just try and keep it nice. And, it's the rules. We don't have to pick up our horse poop.
It's not toxic. Unsafe. It's not toxic.
It is not.
So,
it is not.
So if someone got in contact with horse poop, they're not in any kind of danger?
Absolutely not.
Uh-huh.
No.
And you said other animals eat the poop?
Yes. Well, fish do poop in the ocean, and, it's food for them.
There's poop all around us.
Yes. Agreed. Agreed.
Okay. On a cleaner topic, Allie, do people ride bareback and saddleback on the beach, both? And what do you prefer?
I ride with a saddle just because that's my comfort zone. It is nice to be able to ride bareback because then you can actually go swimming in the water and you don't have to worry about your saddle getting ruined. And so, you can ride whatever you want. If you want to ride English, I've seen that as well. Whatever you want to ride on the beach and you're comfortable with.
I imagine, Allie, there's few things in life as wonderful and beautiful as riding a horse on the beach.
It is. Everyone wants to do it. It's on their bucket list. People pay big dollars to go on vacation, and I just want to ride a horse on the beach and run as fast as I can. But again, there's a lot of common sense that goes along with riding on the beach. You don't want to be galloping through a group of people, flying kites and bicyclists on the beach. So
Is there a speed limit for horses?
There is no speed limit. There's no speed limit, but I would, again, common sense. Mm-hmm. Common sense.
Is there any worry about a horse kind of sinking into wet sand on the beach?
I have never seen it happen before, but we have been in photo shoots where, the sloughs have come in and there's been a dip in the sand, and people are just kind of cantering along and have fallen off. So you just need to be safe.
Can you go a little bit into the water?
Oh,
How deep can you go with a horse?
As deep as you want to go.
Really?
Oh, yeah. That's why I said, bareback, you can go swimming in there, and you can go as deep as you want.
Can horses swim?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
It's kind of silly, though, because all you see is their head sticking out.
Like a deer?
Yeah. They're not very buoyant. So all you see is just the head sticking out, and it's kind of scary for you because, you feel like you're going to drown. But
wow. I love doing these shows because I learned so much. Thank you for listening to Good Morning St. Augustine. I'm Liz Ryan, your host, talking to Allie Smith, horse enthusiast. Tell me about Drum Runners. What's that all about, Allie?
Okay, Drum Runners is a series that a group of our friends originated about 10 years ago. This is actually our 10-year anniversary. And we were at different clubs and, enjoying our horses and camaraderie, and just realized, hey, we can do this. We can put our own on in St. John's, southern part of St. John's County. And what Drum Runners is it's a gaming series on horseback. Different age groups, starting from as little as 8-month-old, 9 months old.
Before you can even walk?
Before you can walk, just so long you can sit up.
Wow.
Yep. And, we go all the way up to seasoned adults, and we compete against each other in our age groups for year-end points. And we compete in 4 different games, barrels and poles, and 2 fun games. And at the end of the year, we have a big banquet and give away prizes. But we are all volunteer-based. No one gets paid, and sponsorship run. And usually at the end of the year, we give away $20,000, $25,000 worth of prizes.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of games do you play?
Barrels and poles, but the fun games, sometimes they're really silly, like Carry the Mail or...
what is that? I've never heard of that.
Okay, Carry the Mail, you have 2 barrels, and there's a bag on one, and you move the bag from, on horseback, you move the bag from one barrel and drop it off at the other barrel. And whoever does it the fastest time gets the first place ribbon. And
wow.
Down from there, the times go down from there.
So being an experienced and capable horse rider is very important.
And coordinated.
and having the right horse?
The right horse is absolutely key, definitely.
So what could a baby do participating?
Well, there's a lot of assistance. That's, a lead liner. So we've had as many as 3 people, one leading the horse. On one side of the horse is holding the baby, and on the other side of the horse is holding the other baby, and they walk, and someone hands them the bag, and they kind of giggle and laugh and hold on to it or scream sometimes, and then, drop it on the other barrel, as in Carry the Mail.
Okay.
So,
wow.
A lot of assistance.
Fun. How often do Drum Runners have these events?
We have them 11 times a year, usually the first of every month. Not always. But we do have our own Facebook page, and we post the games before, we post the points afterwards, and any other activities that we have going on in the Horse Council.
And where does that happen?
At the St. John's County Fairgrounds in Elkton. Mm-hmm.
So is it fair to say that you need a horse, obviously, to participate, but not to be a spectator?
Agreed.
Come and watch.
Spectators are free. We always have a concession truck there. Sometimes in the hotter months, we have Kona Ice drop by and, cool us off a little bit. But yeah, we have a covered arena, so it's a little bit cooler than most places, and horses can get out of the blazing hot sun.
So to get dates and times, go on Facebook and look up Drum Runners of St. Augustine?
Nope, just Drum Runners.
Drum Runners.
That's it.
Okay.
Yep.
That sounds like so much fun, Allie. I can't wait to check it out. Another fun event that you take part in is Cracker Day. Tell me about that.
Cracker Day is run by the Cattlemen's Association. Again, this is, I think, 65th year, 66th year. I'm not exactly sure. But that will be the second week in October. And we usually have about 60 or 70 vendors that is organized by Tori and Lance and I, who are part of the original Drum Runners crew. We run the tractor on Cracker Day, and that's kind of our job.
A lady behind the wheel of a tractor.
You know
I
it.
love it. So why Cracker Day? Where did that name come from? Is it sponsored by Nabisco or something?
No, it is from the Cracker horse that was originated in Florida.
Allie, tell me about the horse events that happen at Cracker Day.
Okay, well, we start off with the poles. You weave the poles, and then that usually takes us till about the lunch hour, and that's when the real fun starts. We try and do buddy pickup, which is an absolutely hilarious game. You have one person on horseback, and the other person is at the end of the arena standing by a barrel. So your person on horseback comes down to that barrel as fast as they can and throws the other person on the back of the horse and then races back to the original starting point. And whoever stays on and has the fastest time wins the game.
Sounds dangerous, Allie.
It sounds hilarious.
Does anyone ever get hurt doing that?
Well, I mean, the ground is pretty soft, but some horses don't like having a second person on the back, so that's kind of funny. Some people get overzealous and throw the other person way over, and they land with a mouthful of dirt, but it's entertaining.
It almost sounds like it could be related to bull riding.
Yep, could be.
Horses kick, right? Allie, is that a danger? Does that happen a lot?
Not a lot. It isn't. It's more when they get scared. Again, horses are fight or flight. So if something scares them, or some horses, if there's a fly on them, they kick out. Or dominance with another horse. If you get in between two horses and one is more assertive than the other, you could get kicked. But walking behind a horse, you always need to be cautious. You should never walk right behind a horse, and always talk to a horse and let them know that you're there, because horses have limited vision directly behind them.
Is it expensive to own a horse?
Yes, just like any hobby.
What are the expenses involved with it?
Well, you need to have land, hay, feed, vet bills, farrier, and if you don't have the land, then you have to pay for board. A lot of people pay for insurance, just like there's insurance for dogs and people. So you can get insurance on a horse. If your horse is very valuable, then you have life insurance.
Where would someone get started if they've never owned a horse or rode a horse before, but they're just fascinated by it and they've always wanted to do it? Where would they start?
Definitely talk to people and find out who owns horses and meet up with them, talk with them. It's not something that you can learn overnight. It's definitely through experience, because horses are constantly getting hurt and you feel like you just need to put them on bubble wrap.
Yeah.
But there's lots of things that you can do wrong and lots of things that you can do right.
Magnificent creatures, aren't they?
They are beautiful.
How smart are horses?
They're pretty smart, especially the younger ones. They just test and test and test and see what they can get away with.
Like kids.
Exactly like kids. And the older they get, the smarter they get. Oh, she's not going to let me get away with that.
They learn.
I'll just do it.
Yes. Oh, so they can learn how to manipulate you.
Oh, most definitely.
Do they recognize people? How many people can a horse know?
Well, if they hear the crinkling of a bag of carrots or a bag of feed, they'll nicker at you. And, sometimes just your presence, they're like, oh, here she comes. She's going to feed us. Or, they might see you with a halter on your shoulder and be like, uh-oh, I'm out of here.
They're very smart.
Yes.
Do they have a sense of smell?
Oh, most definitely. Yes, because I can remember trail riding at Princess Place, and one of my horses, she just started freaking out. I'm like, what is going on? And not but maybe 100 yards in front of us, there was 2 or 3 pigs that ran right in front of us. And she said, that's it, I'm out.
Oh, my goodness.
So,
what's your favorite place to ride other than Princess Place and the beach?
wow, Princess Place is pretty hard to beat. And the beach is pretty hard to beat. Those are definitely, you hit it right on the nose. Those are my 1 and 2 right there.
What are the regulations about horseback riding at Princess Place?
Just so long you have a current Coggins. That's it. There's no restrictions. Obviously, follow the trails. Again, if you've never been there before, study your trails or go with someone that's been there. Mm-hmm. But it is a beautiful place.
Safe place to ride?
Very safe. Very safe. Lots of wildlife. We usually see a few deer, sometimes some pigs, definitely lots of eagles.
It's so beautiful there.
It is.
For newcomers, Allie, where is Princess Place?
Princess Place is in Flagler County. It's just below on US 1, just over the St. Johns County Flagler.
Kind of straddles those 2 counties. Mm-hmm. You're listening to Good Morning St. Augustine. I'm your host, Liz Ryan, chatting this morning with horse lover Allie Smith. Another big day for horse enthusiasts, Allie, is Shriners Day. Tell me about that.
Yes, Shriners Day has been mocked after Cracker Day. It's a little bit smaller version. At Shriners Day, we don't have as many fun games. We just have barrels and poles. But it is definitely an all-day affair. We do have vendors there. There's pony rides, just lots of fun activities for the kids. And that's our biggest thing is these kids these days, they want to see horses and cows and all kinds of animals that they don't normally see. So it's a good country experience for them.
And where and when is it?
Shriners Day is in May. I believe it's the 3rd week in May. Don't quote me on that. But it is held by the Shriners.
And so it's for a good cause, too.
It is for an excellent cause.
All right, Allie, I'll be looking forward to Shriners Day. What's it like being a part of the St. Johns County Horse Council?
Well, again, it is an all-volunteer-run group. We are a 501c3, and we do manage the St. Johns County Equestrian Center, which is located in Hastings. We have 2 beautiful arenas, round pen, obstacle course, dressage ring, 24 stalls, and a meeting hall that is all managed by the St. Johns County Horse Council. We do have, for fundraisers, we do have poker rides, which this year it's in November, and we are doing it at Princess Place. And it'll be a 5-mile trail ride and a 7-mile trail ride. And then along the way, you'll pick up poker chips, and then you'll come back to the base at the hill and pick your poker chips. And whoever wins the winning hand, I believe, wins $100. But it's a lot of fun, a good place to meet horse people. But the St. Johns County Horse Council does do a lot of things for the horse community. We usually have a shot clinic to update your horses on all their shots or veterinary needs at the Equestrian Center. And we do have an open show that is in conjunction with the Livestock 2025 day that is at the end of November. And the open show consists of English riding, Western riding. All ages can come. You'll get judged. Our judges are excellent, and they will definitely give you pointers. It's a low-key schooling show that, is geared more towards our St. Johns County community, but anyone is more than welcome. Spectators are welcome, and the cost is minimal compared to the huge shows that you go to. And it will be an all-day affair on November 29th.
It's a good place to live, Florida, if you love horses. Are there a lot of horse vets around here, Allie?
There are quite a few horse vets around here, and it's, to your discretion which one you care to use. It's always good to get a good rapport with a vet in case an emergency comes around. And you can just pick up the phone and say, hey, I need help. I'm going to trailer my horse in, or can you rush over right now? Otherwise, they're not going to come to your need if they don't know you or your horse. So it's good to get to know your vet.
All right, Allie. Before I let you go, let's just recap for those who may have just tuned in. A brief overview of the rules and regulations about riding horses here in St. Johns County, and how do you get a permit?
On the website, you can go to St. Johns County Horse Council Beach Riding Permits.
And when are the Drum Runners events?
Drum Runners events are usually the first Saturday of every month. But you can go on our Drum Runners Facebook page, and we have our calendar flyer on there, and it'll tell you the times and dates and costs, which is minimal, $25 for the whole day of riding, and which age division you want to go in, and you can start accruing your points as of January 1st.
All right, fantastic. Thank you for joining me today, Allie Smith. I learned a lot about horses.
Good. Thank you. I enjoyed it.
What do you think you'll do with the rest of your Sunday?
Well, I'll probably go and mow a little bit in the afternoon, and probably go for an afternoon horseback ride for sunset.
All right. Sounds like a great day. Thank you for listening. And remember, all of our programs can be downloaded as a podcast. Go to flaglerbroadcasting.com, click on podcast, and scroll down to Good Morning St. Augustine. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday in our beautiful, ancient, historic city.